Hello everyone. Today we're going to increase our deposit from $100 to $5,000 using a combination of 5 indicators: Vortex, RSI, Fractal, Envelopes, and Zigzag. As I trade, I'll explain how each of these indicators works and the reasons behind my decisions to trade in a particular direction. Let's get started. Watching the trade at this point, up and down, what can we observe here from the SRI indicator? We can see that the line is already starting to perform its reversal and go down. According to the envelopes indicator, we see that the general price trend is already moving downward. And according to the fractal indicator, we can see an arrow on top. This also signals to us that a reversal will be executed and will also take our profit. As for the vortex indicator, we can clearly see that the lines have moved away from each other and are already converging. This also signals to us that the price will perform a reversal. That's why the trade was up and down. That's a great result. Dear friends, the deal closes in the plus side on $199 balance. A great start, and we don't stop there and look beyond that. The indicators have worked themselves out perfectly. That's why I use them. That's a very good strategy. I skip many currency pairs because they just don't fit our strategy. For example, in this place, we can open on a trade on the upside. What can we observe here on the SRI indicator? We can see that the line is already going up. It is already starting to turn here, and the fractal indicator, we can also clearly see an arrow, which also tells us that the price will turn up and go up. According to the vortex indicator, we can see that the lines are also going to converge as in the previous situation. That's why the trade was opened upwards. As we can see, zigzag shows us that we also have the price going up. A line has formed that tells us that the price will still go higher, and all these confirming factors tell us that we have a very confident deal, so we can safely go up. Excellent result, dear friends. Look at that. $382 already in the balance and only $100 dispersed. But our goal is slightly different amount so that we continue on. Looking at similar trading situations, in this place we can trade on the downside. What can we observe from the indicator here? An arrow is formed which tells us that the price will go downwards in the future. It is also worth noting according to which we see that there is an upper boundary and there is a lower boundary. And it is from the upper boundary of the line, or rather the price is already starting to push off and go down. According to the vortex indicator, we can see that the lines are distant from each other and are now coming closer together. That's why we have the price performing a U-turn already. That's a great result. There is already $734 in the balance. A very good result. That's a great strategy. Here we could also notice that the SRI line was already going down. This already told us that the deal would definitely close on the plus side and would take our profit. I would also like to remind you that in our Telegram channel, we daily analyze such trading indicators, trading strategies, and that's why come and subscribe. Follow us there if you want your trading strategies and you want free signals. We don't stop there, we keep going. At this point, I want to open a down trade. Here we can see that the vortex indicator shows that the line is already converging. This tells us that we will have the price perform a reversal on RSI. The line not reaching the upper boundary begins to turn around, going down. According to the envelopes indicator, we can see that the general price trend is moving downward according to the zigzag indicator. It can also be clearly seen, and this also signals to us that we'll have a downward price move in the future. Another excellent result. Dear friends, look at that. $1,400 in the balance. I think this is a very good result. The strategy, as always, is working out perfectly. We don't stop there and look beyond that. Change the amount of the transaction. At this point, we can open a trade upwards. What can we observe here? According to the vortex indicator, we can see that the lines have moved away from each other and are already converging. This tells us that the price will also perform a reversal. According to the RSI indicator, we can also see that the line begins to perform its reversal and go up. The envelopes indicator tells us that the general price trend is moving upwards, and the fractal indicator has drawn an arrow, which also tells us that the price will go upwards. And here's how we can see, mind you, that the deal is working itself out perfectly. We take our profit on the balance of $2,705. I think it's a straight up great result. I remind you that in our Telegram channel, we analyze such trading strategies on a daily basis. So come back, subscribe, stay up to date with all the new strategies and how to use trading indicators. Well, look, dear friends, at this point, the price has gone down. The vortex indicator shows that the lines have crossed, and immediately on the chart, it is clearly visible that the price went for a reversal, for a decrease. That's exactly how vortex works. An arrow was formed on the indicator, from which the price also went down. But we did not get into this transaction as we were a bit late. If only pressed up and down a little bit earlier, we'd probably be making a profit right now. But we don't stop there. We can find another situation to enter the trade. We skip those situations that don't fit us. For example, we open a trade down at this point. What can we observe here? According to the RSI indicator, we see that the line is already going down. According to the vortex indicator, we see the lines are crossed. This tells us that the price will execute its reversal. Here we can also notice by two indicators such as envelopes and zigzag. We see that the overall price trend is downward, but the fractal indicators here also formed an arrow, and this tells us that the price will go down. But lo and behold, dear friends, over $5,000 in balance is a great result. As a reminder, we've maxed out this balance with only $100, so I think it's a very cool result. We can stop there. Today I've told you how each indicator works. We have analyzed several trading strategies with you and opened several trades and dispersed quite a good amount of money. I would like to remind you that in our Telegram channel, we analyze such trading strategies and trading indicators on a daily basis. That's new strategies, new indicators, new trips every day. So if you know what's good for you, you follow us on our Telegram channel for more information. Thank you all for watching. Goodbye.